school football is in the air, and with our first games almost here, it's time for a preseason look at our area teams. Today, our spotlight is on the Homer Center Wildcats, and this preview is brought to you by Mark Arbuckle Nissan, Muma Building and Remodeling, by Marion's Hair Salon, and INE Hydraulic Hosing and Fabrication.
Homer Center returns 8 starters on both sides of the ball from an 11-2 team that's only 2 losses were to 3A power Ligonier Valley and 3-time state champion Bishop Guilfoyle in the District 6 championship game. What the Wildcats didn't lose in quantity, they did lose in quality, including 2-year starting quarterback Jesse Baker, who passed for over 2,300 yards in his 2 years at Homer Center. For just the second time in school history, Greg Page will turn to a freshman. In 2010, Aaron Brzezinski started as a 9th grader, and this year it will be Ben Schmidt. Unlike Brzezinski, Page hopes he can insulate Schmidt a bit more.
Ben certainly has a more experienced cast around him than AB did back in those days. We're going to have to rely on that experience and some of the ability of guys in other positions. Ben certainly has a lot of potential. I mean, he's done a lot of good things. He's done some things that haven't been so good, but that's all part of the learning process. He's just going to be a 9th grader, and he's going to make mistakes. He's got a nice arm. He does throw the ball deep very well.
Also gone is tailback Monteo Coleman, who rushed for over 1,200 yards, but Page is confident with this year's group, including returners Jesse Lee, who comes back for his senior year after rushing for 700 yards last year, and Bossa McCracken. McCracken, who rushed for about 500 yards, will step into a starting role this year.
We do have some guys back in the backfield. Lee will come back for his 3rd year as a starter, and he played some as a freshman. Matt Miles has been a steady back for us, and Bossa get the nod at tailback to see what he can do. Ryan Orsargas has been kind of a dark horse in the backfield. I mean, he's one of those kids that has been with us. He knows the positions, and he's got a nice step and some quickness, and he'll help us. We have the experience there, and really they've been decent running backs. They all just need to be better this year. If they're better this year, we'll be better this year.
Homer Center possessed a more balanced attack last year, and it will be interesting to see how the young Schmidt develops and the trust the coaching staff has in him, because the Wildcats have the most talented group of receivers they've had in many years, led by seniors Tim Elcon, Nick Schmidt, Ben's older brother, Chris Clevenger, Logan Hill, and talented newcomer Dakota Sunday, who moved into the district.
There have been years we've been fortunate to have 1 or 2 quality split ends or flankers that we could get the ball to. We have multiple guys this year. There's really not one any better than the other. Schmidt might be the quickest and the fastest out of the group, but they all bring good qualities and they have decent hands.
While Page is excited about an offense that was ranked 3rd last year in the conference, he knows he has to see big improvement on defense if his team hopes to make a playoff run.
Certainly defensively was just, it was like a roller coaster ride at times last year, and it just wasn't good enough. And there's no question right off the bat against a good team like Purchase Line with all the guys they have coming back as skill position guys, we have to be more fundamentally sound defense.
So while things look good for Homer Center with all of the returners, Page is taking it, you got it, one day at a time.
We try to tell our guys, you got to come to work every day, and we got to take it a day at a time to get better for that next week's game. And we have some good football players. To get back to where we were and maybe try to get more, it's just going to have to be a better effort every week.
Previewing the 2017 Homer Center Wildcats, I'm Mark Burdig reporting.